How can they possibly ignore something like that? They've never seen anything like it. Never. I would get told, wow, 30 years I've been running a business. I've never seen an application package like this. This is Jason Kanigan, president of Sales on Fire. I want to talk about something different. Instead of sales, well, there's a bit of overlap here. We're going to talk about job hunting. Now, the field of job hunting is in a terrible state. It's become high tech, but people are still, the vast majority of the public are still using these methods to look for work, like the equivalent of sticks and stones, caveman tools in a high tech world. Okay, if you're throwing resumes after want ads, you are using caveman technology to find work, and it's no wonder you're not getting any interest and you're not getting employed. It's no wonder. But Jason, that's the only thing I know, and that's what everybody does, isn't it? Okay. You want to keep doing that? Turn this video off and go back to your dumb world. Seriously. Because the world has moved on, and guys like me can outflank you and outrace you and get in there before you ever even knew there was an opening. 4 times in my life I have had employers create custom roles just for me. Why? Is it because I'm so freaking fantastic? No. I'm probably an above average human being, but I'm not that freaking great. Not that fantastic. What I do are some simple things that nobody else does. Okay? There's a book, okay, called Think and Grow Rich. I don't know how many people have read that book. You've probably read that book, and you've probably certainly heard of it. Okay? Go get it. It's cheap. Get a used copy. Get the PDF online for free. Gosh. But take the time to read it and absorb it. It'll be the best investment you ever made. I've been reading that book for 20 years. Since I got my first copy out of a used bookstore that no longer exists on Lonsdale Avenue in North Vancouver, where I no longer live. In that book, a document is described in order to help you get work. And now when did Think and Grow Rich come out? Like the 20s or something like that, right? 100 years ago almost, okay? How many people do you think have read that book? How many people do you think have actually put the idea of the brief, which is what it's called, into action? How many people? Like nobody, okay? I did. And that's what enabled me to be a plant manager when I was 25 years old, cutting 10 years off at least of my career ugly corporate ladder climbing baloney that you have to go through because you suck about your job hunting methods. Okay? Take the advice, do the work, create a brief, and get employed. When I would print this thing up, I can't remember how much it would cost, like 10, 12, 15 bucks, something like that to make a copy, okay? So I would send these out to jobs that I really felt that I was a fit for. This is not something you blizzard. This is laser targeting sniper scope jobs. Applications, okay? I don't even know what it would be here in the States. Mailboxes, etc. was the place that I used in North Van. But UPS store might be able to do it. Any printer, little business print shop will be able to do this for you. You get a front and a back with a little window on the front cover, and it's a nice thicker paper for that, and you choose a nice expensive 7-10 cents a page paper for the inside, and you have your information printed in there. And you want your resume, you want reference letters, but most importantly, you want a description of how you're going to add value, how specifically you are going to add value to that employer's business. How can they possibly ignore something like that? They've never seen anything like it. Never. I would get told, wow, 30 years I've been running a business. I've never seen an application package like this. Now, you guys get the idea of the resume wrong, so you're probably getting the idea of this brief wrong, okay? The purpose of these things is not to get you the job. The resume does not get you the job. This stuff accomplishes purpose number 1 in job hunting, which is to stand out. Stand out. If you don't stand out to employers, they never talk to you. The purpose of these documents is to get the interview. Get the interview. From then on, it's your job. Now, I do very well in interviews, especially when there's multiple people. I love that. Give me multiple interview situations, interviewers sitting there around the boardroom table. I will kick ass every time. I love it. It's fantastic. Because it's a freaking performance. And you get me into that situation and I will get that job, whether I really want it or not. You know, I can make sales whether I really should or not. When I learned that, that was a scary moment actually. When I learned that I could make the sale just because the sale was there to be made, that was a bit scary, because then I could bypass the 3 elements of fit and get a sale made or get a job that really I shouldn't have. Okay, so use this power wisely, but you need to get into that interview situation first. Use the brief. Now, we live in a modern computer age. When I was using the brief back in 2004 and before, the internet had caught on a little bit, but it wasn't really the thing that it is today. You know, people didn't quite use it the way they do today. All right, you can create an online resume that does the thing that the physical brief is supposed to do. Now, there is a thing about holding something in your hands. There is a power to that. But an online resume that duplicates the same thing, I've used that several times and it works very well. I do that for getting projects as well for my own business. It's something they've never seen. Our first purpose in a job hunt, and we'll go over the other steps in future videos. The first purpose in your job hunt is to stand out, get noticed, get on the radar of employers. If you do this, attempting to get it done by blizzarding the world of want ads with resumes, it's not going to work. Stand out with something people aren't using. Use a video, use a tweet, use a LinkedIn ad, okay? Something to get at these employers that they're not expecting. Because then they'll notice you and go, I got to talk to this person. Well, that's the purpose, to get an interview, isn't it? But if you just sit there trying to use these old flint-knapping caveman tools that don't really work anymore, and you're competing with thousands and thousands of other people, I don't know about you, but I don't want to compete with thousands and thousands of other people. I want to get around in behind them, outflank them, get the employer to say, geez, Jason, we don't want to go through that whole hiring process. We just want you, would you just please take the job, as I have been told 2 or 3 times? Would you just please take the job? In fact, there was an opportunity back in Canada well before I left, a few years before I left Vancouver to come to the States, where I was offered a job in Alberta that would have been like a roving brain working for this big electrical wholesaler, just going around to branches looking for problems to fix. And I probably should have taken it. But if I did, I wouldn't be talking to you here today. So, you know, good for you. Lucky for you that I did not take that job. But that's what would you just please take the job? Okay, they didn't want to look at any other candidates. That's the effect that you want. And so use technology, use job hunting technology that is different from what everyone else is using, so that you stand out to employers, so that they will want to talk to you, because getting that interview is step number 1. I'm going to post a link to a blog post below in the description. Also some radio interviews. I've done quite a few radio interviews about unorthodox job hunting, because I've helped many, many executives over the last, 15 years or so. Jump up. I mean, my objective is to save you, again, like that 10 years of the greasy pole, trying to climb up that corporate ladder and just hop into a position that's custom made for you, because I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy doing the role that you're doing. My name is Jason Kanigan. I'm the president of Sales on Fire. This has been a little bit about job hunting in the modern age. Thanks for watching.